What's going on, guys? Diskin Young here. So there are two different types of beginner real estate investors, and it is critical that you know which category you fall into or what place you're in at that given moment so you can plan out your investment smarter. So the first one we're going to talk about is the overly eager investor. This investor wants to do a deal so badly that they might actually find themselves getting into something that was not a good idea or not a good deal to begin with. This person maybe has been reading a ton of stuff. They just want to do a deal so badly that they jump in right away without any planning, without any research, and they get themselves into a bad deal. Perfect example of this would be, I know someone that was like this. They got into a flip because they wanted to do a deal so badly. They took the first one that came in front of them, went with it, got themselves in there, and then realized they're way in over their head, didn't know what to do, didn't have any of the planning, any of the contractors lined up, didn't even know what order of operations they should do with the flip, and it cost them big time. So this person, although they have the eagerness and the desire to do a deal, which is always good, you have to realize if you're in this position that you might need to slow down a tiny bit. It's good to have the eager part in there to find the deals and to go after it, but you need to slow down a tiny bit, do your research. If you don't know what you're doing, bring somebody else in that knows what they're doing to look at the deal and tell you if you're just overly excited about nothing or if you actually have something there to get excited about. This is a good position to be in as long as you realize that is who you are. Your personality might be that type of way, and to just slow down a little bit, do the research, and it's going to be worth it in the long run. There are plenty of deals out there. That doesn't mean you have to jump on the first one that you come across. The second investor would be the overly cautious investor. This is the classic overthinker. This might be a person that does so much research, so much reading into everything, but never actually pull the trigger on a deal. They're always constantly in research mode. They think that they're not prepared enough. They don't know enough. If they read this one last thing, then they'll be ready. Or they keep putting it off. A common example of this would be someone that constantly says, well, once I finish this education, I'll do a deal. And then they just keep putting it on and on and on. I have to admit, when I first got into investing, this was absolutely me. I didn't think I was prepared enough. I didn't think I knew enough. I was constantly researching, listening to audiobooks, everything like that on investing, and never thought I was actually prepared to go forward. It only took me a chance to have a mentor by my side to tell me, Diskin, you know way more than most people. You need to start applying your knowledge to a deal. And at that point, I started going forward and kind of switched my mindset a little bit to take more action and actually jump on opportunities that came my way. This leads me to a good point, actually. In this business, you always need to be taking action. Taking action is hyper critical in this business. When you have a lead come along your way, you need to follow that to the nth degree. But then, once you hit that point, especially if you're in that first sector of overly eager, you need to realize when it's a bad deal and when to step away or when to go forward. If you're in the second grouping, once you follow up on every single lead and you research the heck out of it, if it looks like a good deal, and if you would push somebody else that hasn't maybe read as much as you to do it, why are you not taking the action to go for it yourself? So, you have to realize there's always going to be more deals out there. So it doesn't mean you have to take every single deal that comes your way. But you have to realize which grouping you are in, what personality type are you, and it's going to drastically help you in your business. If you know you're an overly eager person, slow down, take a breath, research, and you're going to find that you get yourself into way more good deals. If you're the second person that never wants to take action, you're just so afraid, maybe you think that one last thing you're going to read is going to make you all the money. You need to realize at some point you're going to have to put your knowledge to use, or else you're never going to make it in this business. You're going to have to take action in those action steps and take a little bit of a leap of faith. This is not a non-risk business. It takes a little bit of risk to do it. but it's going to be worth it in the long run. So, what I would say to finish this up is analyze yourself, take a deep look at yourself, know what group you fall into as a beginning investor, and make the necessary adjustments to your business strategy in order to make all that money. All right, guys, thank you for listening, and look forward to you guys next time.